penultimate event of the weekend here. Revs are starting to rise. Red lights go on. Out they go, and a good start by both of the drivers on the front row. Those two full enclosed bodywork race kits Falcons of Ollie Collett in number 31 and Mark Glover in number 4. They are heading into, which is the first time it's Glover that's made the best of the starts. He's swept around the outside of Collett to take the lead of the race there into Riches for the first time. Has he managed to hold that on the run up to the Wilson hairpin? He has, and Collett in danger of losing out. Second place to Peter Bove there. Chris Goff is in 4th position. Richard Rothery is in 5th place as they turn their way out of the Wilson hairpin towards Palmer, the left hander for the first time. Mark Glover it is leading, and Peter Bove indeed has made it up to 2nd place as he seeks his 50th win in 750 Formula.
Third go at getting that feed. It's been problematic so far this weekend trying to win number 50. But the cars work their way here down into Agostini. Richard Jenkins has already gained about 5 places. So he's going through well in that Shepherd. And as I say, gained some positions already. Is that Martin Kemp's car that's a bit smoky and lost positions?
Might be.
Yeah, 42 Martin Kemp, yeah. Because he had it one time. We're starting a bit further up the order. He's starting on row 4, but this time he's lost positions at the start. That's a good battle though further back, which so involves Matthew Unwin. You see him in there. And then, yeah, there's Kemp. Yeah, the car is smoking, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not looking too healthy at all. Why the smoke 784, it's not quite certain.
There's Glover, the leader.
Both catching him, I reckon.
Yeah, I think we've got a race on here, haven't we? Between at least a couple of them, maybe more. You think Ollie Collett will get involved too?
That's right, so as they head down to Brundle and Nelson, we can see Kemp now under pressure from Alan Bunter towards the end, and also I think William Smith as well in the SZT. Number 8, yep, he goes through. No, Bunter doesn't quite make it through, but I think Kemp will probably be for the pits at the end of this lap.
You kind of expect it. There's Christopher Johnson, he's getting himself ahead of Matthew Unwin.
And Richard Jenkins has had a good opening lap as well. Not so much for Hugh Davis though, in the number 21 Phoenix Fire. He's been off the road and rejoins.
The lead gap's big now, 2 seconds across the line between Mark Glover and Peter Bove. So it's the end of the lap wasn't so successful for both. There's Kemp for the pits.
Richard Jenkins came through in 6th place at the end of the first lap, so that's not bad, from 15th on the grid, so he's made up 9 positions. So a good start from him, but as you say, it's Mark Glover, number 4, leading from number 1, Peter Bove in 2nd place. The gap between them a little over 2 seconds, then 1 second back to Collett in 3rd place, and then these two, 4th and 5th, Chris Goff and Richard Rothery, disputing 4th place.
Yeah, Richard Rothery currently 3rd in the championship. Had 3 podiums, one at each meeting, once at Silverstone, once at Pembrey, and here this weekend as well. He's chasing after Chris Goff, who's 5th in the championship. He's had a couple of podiums, once at Pembrey, once here yesterday at Snetterton. But Mark Glover is driving off into the distance at this stage on lap 2 of the race, so he's going really well there. Mark Glover, here he comes, only 4th in the championship at this stage. Didn't have a great time at Silverstone. He got 1 second place at Pembrey in round 4. That's really where his championship really kicked off well, because he had a win yesterday, a 2nd place this morning. So Mark Glover trying to get his championship back on track here and pulling clear of Peter Bove on the 2nd lap of this 750 Formula race. And they're both clear of Ollie Collett, who's really been the quick man Beckley today at Snetterton, but it was quick yesterday too, winning on the road. He doesn't seem in race 3 to be able to go with the former champions who are ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, in this morning's race he did a 2:21.42. Next best lap was for Mark Glover, I think, a 2:25.79. So I wonder if he's just gone the wrong way on setup for this race, or something like that, because he's struggling to stay with the first 2 at the moment, and in danger possibly of being caught by Chris Goff and Richard Rothery here, who are in 4th and 5th, number 2 and 17. And Rothery there in the PRS 1B. A bit further back, you can see the first of the Class B drivers, Christopher Johnson, with Matthew Udwin just behind him. Peter Bove just in the best lap of the race, a 2:13.69.
So where Glover had pulled out in the first half of that, Peter Bove caught even more in the second half of the lap, so that's quite interesting. So after Richard Jenkins' really good start on lap 1, he lost a place on lap 2 to Christopher Johnson, but Peter Bove pretty much with Glover now. So the championship leader, Peter Bove, who won the first 4 races of the season, has caught Mark Glover. These are the 2 drivers that have won, what, the last 4 championships?
That's right. Yeah, 2018, 2019 for Glover, 2020 and 2021 for Peter Bove. It was a shortened championship in 2020 because of the COVID pandemic and the therefore abbreviation to the season's racing. But nevertheless, that was his 5th title, and this year he's going for number 7. But Glover, looking for his 3rd championship, is not going to be an easy man to beat. Heading their way through Oggies and through Williams again, this on lap 3 of this 15-minute race.
Great big rear wing on the back of the Derby, isn't it, the Peter Bove car?
That's something that's been evolved over the years as well, the aerodynamics on the car. It's not always been like that.
Mark Glover still leads in the car with the bodywork over the wheels, unlike Bove's car. It's just got on the mud guards, hasn't it, over the wheels?
Yeah.
So a fully bodied car, Mark Glover leads from Peter Bove. So this lap, it's Glover who was caught in the first half of the lap, but he's pulled away in the second part of the lap. So on this long circuit, which has got really varied sections, these 2 drivers seem to be varying on each lap who's quicker on what part of the lap. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a new fastest lap this lap or not. The previous lap was a 2 minutes 13.69 for Peter Bove. This time it's a 2:13.27 for Glover, but faster for Peter Bove, 2 minutes 12.88.
Yeah, gap down to 1.37 seconds between them then on that lap, 0.4 of a second it reduced by. Collett did a 2:14.09, which is actually a bit quicker than the 2 behind him, Goff and Rothery. Christopher Johnson's now got his way up into the top 6 because he's done a 2:15.90, whereas Richard Jenkins only in the 2:18s that time, so he's dropped a place in car number 9, back down to 7th place.
Then in 8th is Conway Dorr. I don't think he had a good start, but he's fought back well. Simon Bolter is 9th, and Matthew Unwin completes the top 10. But I don't think this race is over for the lead, is it? Because again, Peter Bove is catching that gap back to Mark Glover. So yeah, very little separate the 2 leaders again as they go down into Oggies. Just a couple of 3 car lengths between these 2 cars now. Car number 4, Mark Glover. Car number 1, that Peter Bove. On to the Bentley straight into the second half of this race now. On to lap 4. We are yesterday in the dry race. We got 7 laps in, and Peter Bove's going down the inside into Brundle, braking late and going through. So Peter Bove in car number 1 takes the lead away from Mark Glover, who fights back. So Bove tries to defend, but he can't go really any further because Mark Glover's alongside him. They're side by side. Glover was bouncing over the curbs on the inside of the circuit, and Peter Bove on the outside. He has got the lead. So that move that started into Brundle has seen him take the lead of the race. Here at Snetterton, the 3rd race of the weekend for the 750 Formula Championship.
Certainly means to get that 50th race victory this weekend. He had 45 to his name at the start of the season and won the first 4 races this year as well. And now looking to make it a nice round 50. And at the end of that lap, he's 0.6 of a second clear of Mark Glover now, who is in 2nd place. Peter Bove from Turin is a sales director, 65 years of age. Started racing back in 1985 before he moved to cars. Did the British Motorcycle Enduro Championship as well. And this particular car that he drives was designed by Dick Harvey initially for Ernie Frost. And Peter bought it in 1992. He raced until 2008, then he loaned it out. Robin Gearing used it from 2009 to 2017, winning the championship in 2016. And Peter's been campaigning again since 2018. And at the moment, it's doing him proud. He's out in front of Mark Glover, but Glover I don't think's giving up here.
No, he's right back with Bove. On the last couple of laps, Glover had been quicker at the start of the lap. And yeah, Peter Bove feels the need just to pull a little bit to the left-hand side of the road, going down towards Hamilton. And that means he's able to continue to lead as they work lap 5. But Glover through Oggies is about a bit quicker. And in fact, he's going to get the toe this time when they go down the Bentley straight. And there they go, on to that part of the track now then. Is Glover close enough to replicate the move that was done on him 1 lap ago?
So down this Bentley straight, Glover I don't think is close enough, is he, at the moment? He's a good few car lengths behind Peter Bove. He turns his way through Brundle and then to the right-hander at Nelson. They are about 5 seconds clear of Ollie Collett in 3rd place, who is sort of holding station now in that final podium position. He's just edging away, I think, from Chris Goff. And well, Richard Rothery actually was quicker on the previous lap, wasn't he? So Rothery was closing in on Goff for 4th position on the previous lap. So keep an eye on that battle for 4th and 5th.
Yeah, Rothery did a 2:13, which was really good. That was a couple of seconds quicker than he did yesterday in yesterday's dry race.
So coming to the end of lap number 5 of this race. We've got, 4 minutes to go, so 2 more laps to go here to make it a 7-lap race for the Raceparts 750 Formula Championship. And it's Bove leading Glover by just about 0.6 of a second at the moment, still 5 seconds clear of Ollie Collett, who's done a personal best lap now, 2:13.55.
Yeah, that's quicker than he went yesterday. I think this race has just been a bit faster because we went to the 2:12s today, where yesterday we were only in the 2:13s.
Collett in 3rd, Goff 4th, Rothery 5th and Christopher Johnson still 6th, and the best of the Class B drivers.
He hasn't got that pace that he had yesterday. He said it was being able to chase the leaders really helped him, whereas today, started a bit further back, he didn't have that privilege, and I think that's just hurt him a little bit not to go as quick as the 5 in front. But 0.6 of a second is what it would that separated Peter Bove and Mark Glover at the start of the lap. There is Glover. They're 5 seconds ahead of Oliver Collett. And oh, Glover, great exit there to Oggies. He was up alongside Peter Bove and he goes through. So sort of unexpected that was. I don't know if Bove made a mistake, but he's going to try and fight back here as they go on to the Bentley straight. He's right underneath the rear wing of Mark Glover, getting the toe. He pulls to the right-hand side of the circuit. That'll be the outside line for Brundle, but has he got a good enough momentum to clear Glover? He has. Good straight line speed there for Peter Bove. He retakes the lead, so he only wasn't leading there for about 1 corner, Ian.
That's right, so Bove back in front with just 1 and a bit more laps to go. We saw on the live stream as well in the middle of all that, William Smith in problems. He lost a position on that lap, dropped down to 12th place behind Alan Bunter's Shark in number 11. I think William Smith's been having some gearbox issues possibly as the race has gone on. But last lap board will be shown this time. It looks like it's going to be Peter Bove that's going to see it first. Avoids a mistake at Burris, which caught him out in the previous race. That's where he sustained that damage to his front wing assembly as well. So up to the line they come. The last lap board you can see is being shown there. And 0.4 of a second the gap between them at the end of the lap. Glover actually has done a personal best on that lap, a 2:13.17, despite the fact he both gained and lost the lead during the course of it.
And they're pushing each other on here, aren't they? Peter Bove and Mark Glover, who turn their way into Wilson, the hairpin, for the final time. No way through there for Mark Glover. He's going to have to think how he's going to get back ahead of Peter Bove here. It did seem when Bove was behind going onto the Bentley straight, that wasn't a bad place for him to be. But on this, the 7th and final lap of the race, over the first 3 corners in, he's stretched the margin out.
That's right, so Peter Bove looking to notch up his half century in the 750 Formula Championship here, 49 wins so far. But Mark Glover, he was quick in this sort of next section of the circuit a lap ago. Can he try and repeat that move on Peter Bove and get through into the lead and hold on to it this time? Turning their way through Oggies now.
Again, he's got closer there, hasn't he, through this part of the track?
He has, and heading on to Bentley State through Williams this time. He's not been able to make it through. He's got about 6 car lengths to make as they head down the Bentley straight.
Yeah, well, Bove was really quick through Williams there, wasn't he? Which is such an important corner, particularly in these small-engined cars. So it's a long stretch, a long haul down towards Brundle, and that quick run through there might be what gives Peter Bove that 50th win. It keeps him at bay. From Mark Glover, who goes out wide, trying to kind of re-catch him, pops up over the grass onto the tarmac once again, but surely that would have lost him even more time.
Absolutely right. So I don't think he can catch Bove now. He's got a decent enough advantage back to Ollie Collett in third place, though, fortunately. So I think Mark Glover will have to settle for P2 here. So we're going to have 3 different winners from our Raceparts 750 Formula Championship races this weekend. Peter Bove coming out of the final corner, heading up towards the line. The last lap board is about to be replaced by the checkered flag, and it's Peter Bove that wins the Raceparts 750 Formula Championship, round 7 of the season, and that is his 50th victory in 750 Formula, a landmark race there for Peter Bove, but pushed hard all the way by Mark Glover. There was just 1.57 seconds between them at the end, so number 1 the winner, Peter Bove, from number 4 Mark Glover in second place. Third place to number 31, that's Ollie Collett. Fourth place number 2, Chris Goff, who just about kept number 17, Richard Rothery, behind him. And we're still waiting for our 6th place finisher to come through, just coming up to the line now in actual fact. There you can see him on screen, those of you watching on the live stream. It's Christopher Johnson, number 38, that takes the 6th position, and also another Class B victory for him as well. So he'll be climbing up the Class B point standings as well with the success he's had this weekend. 7th place goes to number 12, that's Conway Dorr. 8th and 9th are together over the line, but that's Simon Bolter, number 6, ahead of Richard Jenkins. So Jenkins having some more problems there towards the end, losing another place on the last lap. So Jenkins takes 9th place in car number 9, and it's number 39, Matthew Unwin, that rounds out the top 10. So 3 different race winners on the first scheduled triple header for the Raceparts 750 Formula Championship.
Yeah, considering we've only had 1 winner before we got here, Peter Bove won all the races, or both the races at Silverstone and Pembrey. That's much more like it, isn't it? 3 different winners in 3 races. Great to see, and that all bodes well as the season continues at Silverstone next month on the international circuit. We've already been to the national circuit. Cadwell Park in September and Mallory Park in October. And Peter Bove will lead the championship, go into the next race by 18 points, I think, over Oliver Collett. So getting back to pretty much where we were before the weekend. And that is halfway through the season. 7 races done, 7 races still to go. I think it's 3 at Cadwell and then 2 at the other 2 at Silverstone first, and then at the end of the season at Mallory Park. And Peter Bove has already got his way down to Park Ferme, so very shortly, I think now actually, we can hear from him with Kieran McGinley.
Well, the final race of the Raceparts 750 Formula Championship here at Snetterton comes to a close, and I'm delighted to be joined by our race winner in Peter Bove. Peter, you've had a challenging weekend, that's for sure, but you finally ended it with your 50th win. Tell us how you're feeling.
Well, it's good that normal order is restored. Yeah, it's been a dreadful weekend. I don't know what's happened. But yeah, really, really happy. Had a good race with, well, Ollie at the start and then Mark, who kept me very honest. So it's quite tiring, but yeah, it was good.
And it must be able to, it's good to end on a high at least for this weekend.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of work on the car to get it ready for this race. So I was relieved when it felt good and it went well. So yeah.
Well, Peter, congratulations on the victory. We'll let you to enjoy the moment for you. Congratulations on number 50.
Thank you very much.
Let's have a chat to our 2nd place driver. We've got to go all the way around the cars to find our Mark Glover. Let's see if we can tap him on the shoulder and ask him for a couple of chat. Mark, 2nd place for you. How was that out there? You had a good battle wherever you were.
It was hot. And yeah, the car was not behaving too well. It was overheating and I hadn't got 5th gear, so I was quite pleased with 2nd in the end.
And obviously you were battling away with Peter towards the end there. I mean, what was going through your minds there?
Just where I could overtake him. I had to go into the S's in the last lap and just overcooked it a bit, went wide, and then I couldn't have a go into the last chicane. But it was a good race.
Good race indeed. Congratulations on second place, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
And we'll just have a quick chat to our third place driver in Oliver Collett. Ollie, sorry to interrupt here. Ollie, third place for you today. It's a bit of a mixed bag for a weekend, but podiums most of the time.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with the top two this afternoon, but you know, I think all things considered, it's still a good weekend.
Another podium to add to your championship tally. How do you find it's going so far?
Yeah, it's okay. We're still, we're a long way off Peter, I think, but I think it's pretty close between me and Mark, and yeah, it's going to be an exciting last few races to the end of the season.
Well, Ollie, a beaming smile on your face. We'll leave you to it then. Congratulations on your podium.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
And with that then, it's time for our last race of the day, which is the Take It World Club Enduro Championship.